First of all, I want to thank you, my barrister, Dr. Aisha, for this great privilege. Is an awesome one. I've learned a lot from what you said. I'm someone that is actually trying to start a business also, and then I've actually been finding it a bit difficult merging with my academics. So basically, um, I've learned some skills back then in secondary school, and then other ones during the break before I got into university, and then also during this previous break. Then I'm finding it difficult to also pick a convenient one to work with. And one of them is I've learned how to barb, and to an extent I can do it very well.
How to
And
barb?
then, yes, barbing. And then graphic design,
Great.
I've also just learned it recently, still on it. Concerning the barbing, I find that one more interesting, and then since I can do it better, I prefer to go with it. But then the light situation in GK at some point has been a barrier, it has been a challenge. So I don't know, Mike, is it more like a question or should I say an advice on how to go about it? Though I have a clipper and it's an electric clipper. Yes, and so without light, I can't really work with it. Yes. So I don't know how.
You see, what you're experiencing happens a lot in business. Now, it happens to people who are multi talented. There are some people that know how to knit, they know how to bead, they know how to cook, they know how to bake, they know how to sew. So, you see, some people this week they'll tell you, I'm, I'm, I'm an hairdresser, or I make hairs, or want to make your hair, come and meet me. Next week, they're telling you, sister, I cook, oh, come and. You have to focus on one, right? Now, out of all these things, please, I'm still interacting with him. Now, out of all these things you said you can do, right? Which one can you do best? Barbing.
Yes,
Which one are you more comfortable with?
it's the barbing.
Now, which one will you not feel disturbed if a customer tells you by 11 p.m. to pull up?
It's the graphic design.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, which one can you do conveniently considering your environment?
It's the graphic design.
Which one is more profitable?
Wow.
We're in business to make
In
money.
business meeting, are you aware?
We're in business to make money. Let us not whine ourselves. I know the whole we want to promote the society. We're in business to make money. If you are not comfortable, will you be able to promote and help the society? Do you think if I was hungry, I'll be able to travel to Mina to come and help you? So the first thing I tell people, see, be truthful to yourself, is money. Which one can you earn a living with comfortably?
Okay, my it depends. It depends actually.
Depends on what?
Yes, like the barbing now. Okay, so
How many
yes.
people's hairs can you barb in a day, and how much do you get from barbing one person's hair?
Okay, that's why I said it depends. There's a man I work with outside. He barbs 700, but some children you say 500, and then there are some customers that will come and they'll say,
Hold it there. Now, when you do graphics designing, how much do you get paid for one design?
it also depends. Yes.
On what? Tell me. No?
Yes, the customer, and then also who you are.
So why does it depend on the customer? Why don't you have a rate card that is standard? See, people will receive you the way you package yourself. Just the way I said before. For this same graphics designing that is an example, there are people collecting 15,000 a month, and you see in that month, they will design heaven on earth. Now there are people that get paid 100,000 for just one simple design, and you will go back to meet them. Why? Intellectual property. It's a brain work. For somebody to be bold enough to tell you, I charge 100,000 per design, there is just something that will, there's something that will trigger your inner man and say, this one that is charging this amount, he probably knows what he is doing. But there's a tendency to look down on someone that will say, bros, just give me anything I go collect. It will look like the person doesn't know what to. So you have to package and brand yourself, right? So instead of saying, anything you give me, I'll collect, it will make you look hungry. Have a standard rate card and stand by it. They will always come and they will pay you, especially for things that are talent based. You cannot quantify a talent. cannot set a general price tag on things that are talent and knowledge based. I'm not talking about products. Now you can say for these bracelets there is a generally acceptable market price, right? It should not go beyond this price and it should not go below this price. If it goes beyond this price, it will be considered too expensive. If it goes beyond below this price, it may be considered inferior. If you work with skills, analyze it, the service you want to provide. If somebody comes to you to design a flyer, look at the output the person wants. Price your time. Set a price tag that you do not go beneath. If a person comes to you and you tell the person, I don't charge less than 10,000 for a design, see, the person will do it with you because that thing that made you have that kind of confidence, I want to even see it. And make sure, that's why I said value. Value. Make sure you practice. Even when you don't have customers, go on different, there's canvas, there are different applications, master them. One day opportunity will present itself where you have to show yourself approved. You need to be prepared. It's not when you now have a customer, you now be going to all these AI apps and start navigating around them and seeing how you can maneuver your way. Be prepared so that when the customer comes, you will tell the customer, I charge 50,000, I will give you a good job, and you do it. Now back to this. Look at all the talents you have. Look at the one that can sustain you, right? The one you can earn a living from. You are doing all these things to support yourself in school, right? The ones that can truly support you in school. The one that you can do conveniently, right? If it's barbing, go for it. You know the answer. Oh. You just want me to tell you. An answer you already know. Which one do you like the most? Is it the barbing or the graphics designing? The barbing, the graphics designing. Which one? So you rather barb than do graphics. Do you know that the world has become so digitalized? Everything has become digital. People even put out templates of graphics and they are getting paid for it, right? The world has become a global village. Why not move with the AI trend? Can barbing sustain you in 5 years? Can barbing sustain you? Do you think that is the career path you want to pursue? But why not fine-tune your AI skills? I'm telling you the truth. Don't just look at now. Don't look at the next meal. Prepare for tomorrow. Can that business sustain you in 5 years? Can that business be a going concern? Is this something you can transfer to your next generation? Because these are the things you should consider when picking a business. I hope I've been able to help you.
Applause, a round of applause. Number 2, please.
Hassan Shedrack from the Department of Chemical Engineering.
Great.
I'm a photographer, and I've kind of been having some issues starting up my business in school, because whilst I was at home, I had access to some gadgets that is directly from my boss, and me coming to school, I no longer have access to those gadgets anymore, and me getting them on a personal base is kind of not affordable for me, because prices of photography gadgets are high now, talking from the lights to the stands to the umbrella. I have a system, I have a camera, but some gadgets like lights, stands, and also umbrella to continue that business part, I don't have them. So what will you advise me to do?
Great. Now I want everybody to listen to this. Do you believe you can start a business without a capital? Who believes that?
You don't believe?
Who said no? Who said no?
If you said no, please raise up your hand.
Yeah.
If you know you can.
No, give him no. It's an interactive session. Why do you think you cannot start a business without a capital?
I earn 1 million naira without using money. Stop.
Come on. Tell me. Are you changing your mind? Okay, who doesn't believe that you can start a business without a capital?
He said he has not changed his mind though.
And tell me why you think you cannot start a business without a capital.
Okay, man. The thing there is, you see, like for example now, you are into graphics and so many other things. You need cameras, you need all these, a lot of resources to use to start. So how do you go about it?
Great. Have you heard of collaboration? Have you heard of collaboration? Now, what is collaboration? or partnership. Two parties or more parties coming together, bringing in expertise, emphasis on expertise, resources together to achieve a common goal. Now, do you know that there are people around you who may need your service? And when I say need your service, they probably need an extra photographer. Do you know that? They have the gadgets, but they need that extra manpower. Why not search for them around you? They may just be around you, right? Or position somebody that you know has these things, right? Rent them from the person when you have a job and give the person a commission, a fraction of your earning. Which is better, 100% of zero or 20% of 100%? Do you understand what I just said? Is it better to have totality of nothing or to have a fraction of something? There are people around you. You should be open to collaboration. Now, the money you get from these jobs after renting these things, now rents could come in two ways. There could be the payment upfront or the payment afterwards. You could explain to the person and tell the person, I don't have money to pay you now, but I have a job, I have a customer who wants to pay me. The person hasn't paid me yet, but the person will pay me for my service. Once the person pays me, I will give you a certain fraction of it, or I will pay your lease money, right? And the remaining money you start to save until you can get it, until you can get the things you need. There are people who run their businesses this way. There are people who have started their business this way, and now they have been able to save enough to get the items they need. Now, for things that are not even photography, other types of business, who has heard of drop shipping? Who has heard of drop shipping? Now, drop shippers are literally middlemen. There is the manufacturer, there is the drop shipper, and there are the customers. There are people, I run a chain of businesses, and I have drop shippers across all, right? They don't come in contact with the goods, but they sell. They have their own businesses with their own name, right? They get the content from us, sell to their customers. Sometimes we deliver directly to their customers, and they get their money paid. The customer will pay them, and they will give us the worth of our goods. For instance, if this ring is 20,000 naira, they can tell the customer it is 28,000 naira. The customer will receive the goods. They pay us the 20,000, and they get the 8,000. There are people who drop ship with us, and they are making money. They don't spend 1 naira. Now, I mentioned that the world has become so digitalized. We have free website templates, right? There is Bumper, there is Shopify, there are different applications that you can create a website from. There are different social media platforms that you can have your business page. Why not look for a business, a reputable business, that you can be their drop shipper? They have products for sale. Communicate with them. Every business, what is the essence of doing business? Not to make sales. If you offer your service to anybody, they will come on board. They will give you all you need, as long as you can bring in that inflow of customers. As long as you can make sales and get your commission, they will even give you a discount. If they sell this on retail for 20,000, they will give it to you for 18,000 so that you can make more profit. Now, this way, a lot of people have been able to save enough to even buy that initial startup goods. So yes, I dare to tell you from experience that you can start a business without a capital. You just have to recognize that fact, be determined to do it, and be disciplined enough to save in order to run your business. Yes.
Can you clap?
My name is Emmanuel Shogun from Crop Production Agricultural Technology. Now, crop production, that is my department. So I'm selling my idea to everyone here. You can buy it and change it as you want. I can see through your introduction, your name is Dr. Barrister. So the barrister aspect is what I want to land on, in the sense that there's this thought I have, is an idea that has been long, and I'm still trying to foster it, to bring it into reality, in the sense that in my field, crop production, that is in agriculture. So I have this plan of getting farmers, bringing them together, not farmers alone, investors, in the sense that I will have a big land, not small, massive, like 50 hectares because my vision is big. Now, that now I will not do I will just be as someone who is helping them. Like if someone want to become a farmer but does not know how to become a farmer, then you bring your money, I will manage your farm. Meaning that this is a land that is owned by organization that I found. Meaning there are investors. And these investors, they have percentage. Now, my question is, this is a big dream that has a lot to do with. Meaning, how will I have this land? Then how can I get rich to investors? I know you know a lot about land.
What you're asking me, they pay me guaps. You know what they call guaps? Money. They pay me guaps, so you are trying to tap into my brain. This is consultancy. It's a different. You want me to tell you how to catch investors? That's a trade secret. Oh. But let me just brush the surface, right?
All right.
Investors, now it's great that you have an idea, yes, but you're the only one that understands your idea, right? I will only understand to the extent you tell me, but I will not buy the vision until I see it on paper. So the first thing for you to do is, this great vision you have, put it down, write it plain, create a business plan. Now, a business plan will help you structure this business from the choice of name to proper location, to the materials you will need, right? To the manner of investors you would like to bring on board, to the number of farmers you will want on the land, right? To how you want it structured. Do you want to franchise? Do you want to, for instance, now when I say franchise, do you want to have a business name or a company name that these people will work under? Or are they going to be independent farmers? All these things will be captured under your business plan. Your 5 years financial projection, how much it will cost you to even start in the first place, all these things will be captured in your business plan. Now, after you draft a business plan, because business plans have the capacity to be very bulky, and not everybody has that kind of time to sit down and be reading your 50 pages, create a pitch deck, right? Because investors want to know that, yes, you have a business plan. Why they want you to have a business plan is because they want to know that you know what you're doing, right? But they still also need you to be snappy and go straight to the point. So you create a pitch deck. A pitch deck is a summarized version of your business plan. Have these. Anybody you talk to, any investor you talk to will request for this first, I tell you, and then have your proposal ready. Opportunity can meet you anywhere. You can go to the bank and coincidentally start a conversation with somebody on the line with you, and the person will say, do you have a proposal ready? So you need a template that you just edit according to potential investor, right? But you need to draft it carefully and enticing. Any investor wants return on investment. So the number one thing the person is looking for is, I don't really care how big your dream is. How will I get my money back with interest? That should be your selling point. Because the person doesn't want to know whether your grandfather was a farmer. That's your business, right? The money I want to give you, the 10 million I want to give you, how do you intend to pay me back? The 15 million, that's my 5 million profit on it. So focus on these points. Let them be as enticing as possible and be realistic with your business plan. Because anything you write there and you exaggerate, you're just lying to yourself. You must draft a realistic business plan that is achievable and sustainable. Right? And I mentioned an earlier point, you need to know if you want to franchise. For example, you said your name is what now? If it's going to be Emmanuel Limited and every farmer coming under there, you know they are freelancers, right? But they're just going to come under your company name because you're trying to make it organized. So anybody coming to that farm sees Emmanuel Limited, but there are different farmers that get their own different customers, the way they want to get them and operate their business differently. Only you and them will understand that because you will have a franchise agreement, right? When you are dealing with different people, you must have solid agreements that are binding on both parties. These agreements will regulate your activities and your affairs to make sure no party moves mad. Because in business, You cannot go into business with trust. Your eyes have to be shining and open because surprises may spring up. And people get greedy when money starts to come in. So you must be prepared to tackle that greed with your agreements. Do you understand?
Jam your hands together once again.
Talk about rent. What you borrow from the person, right? You now went to return it. The person is now collecting the largest share.
You must have an agreement before you rent.
Wait. What is here? Sorry, ma'am. What is here is we want to enter into a business. You have the talent. They have the materials. So, okay, I am borrowing this material to go into this my talent. Now, the share is this. I'm going to be making 50,000 naira at the end of the month, assumption. But in this 50,000 naira, I'm going to be giving you 15,000 naira as your commission every month. Then if the person refuses, you bargain again. Can we go 20? You say 20. Then can we go 25? If the person says 25, 25, you say, no, I need to pay some workers. I need to get the materials. 15 should go with us, please. Then at the end of it, he agrees 15. You sign, he sign.
Okay, sorry. Aside collaboration and renting, which other ways can you use to start up your business?
I talked about drop shipping. Drop shipping, see, there are a whole lot of drop shippers, especially on Instagram. Do you think it's everybody on Instagram that is putting up their business? Do you think it's all of them that are the direct manufacturers of those businesses? I dare to tell you that 70% of them are drop shippers. They have people they partner with. They have people who have the goods. Some even go, we have drop shippers who we send goods to. They create their own unique content and send the goods back to us. Based on the unique content they have created, they start to market. It's the digital space, right? You can be here in Niger State and sell goods to someone in Lagos. The person will not know that you don't have the goods at hand now. Even the person you are doing drop shipping with may even be in the same Lagos. You thought the person you deliver nationwide. You can do all of this. And there are websites, right? There are websites that seek drop shippers, especially all these Chinese websites. They will tell you, drop ship with us, we offer good discounts for wholesale. So what you do is, you get your customers within your vicinity to buy the goods, and they deliver to the customer. Or they deliver to you, you would have added your own profit for shipping. Oh. They deliver to you, you rebrand with your own packaging, right? Your own brand packaging, your paper bag, your box, your whatever, and send to the customer. So yes, you can actually do, you see, a lot of people are running businesses. They've gathered enough money to even buy their own first set of goods. You can do it. You can drop ship. You can be a middleman for businesses or services. Do you understand?
Please clap for him.
Good afternoon, man. Thank you. My name is Rocky Busari. My question has to do with fear management. I'm going to relate it to both academics and businesses. For instance, fear management.
Fear.
Management. For instance, someone that has been carried over one courses from 100 level, like carrying over one course from 100 level, like the fear of doing that course again. How can that person manage it? The second question is that not failure? In relating it to business, for instance, let me say someone without backup, you gather money, also front and back. So you gather 50,000, for instance, you start a business, and at the end of the day, the business collapses. The fear of starting that business again, what's the solution to that, and how can that be addressed?
You see, his question is very important. A lot of people are suffering from fear. I promise you. They know they are talented, but because they watched their father start so many businesses and did not do well in all of them until he packed up and went back to farming. It's true. So that traumatic experience has made them become so fearful when it comes to doing anything meaningful with themselves. But if you do not make an effort to combat that fear, you will not do anything. Fear is wicked. Fear does not care about you. If you continue to entertain fear, you will be restricted regardless of the kind of great talent you have. Now, you dissected it into two different parts. The first one is academics. For you to keep carrying over one course, it means there's something you are doing wrong in that course. Why not figure out what that thing is, right? Probably reach out to people who have passed the course and see why they passed the course and why you failed. Put in more effort to study, right? And combat that fear. If you have it in mind that you will fail the course, you will fail the course again. But the minute you tell yourself, I will not fail this course, the minute you understand it, that's the first thing. You have to have an optimistic mindset, a positive mindset. Because why do you think that the bad things happen faster than the good things? If you feel you will fall down before you go out, something will happen, you will fall down before you go out. So you must, first of all, eliminate that mindset that you are going to carry that course over again. Because that's always the first factor why you see people keep carrying over a certain course, because they are already terrified by that course. They are afraid that they are going to carry it over. Once they see the date for the examination, they tell themselves, oh, I know I'm going to fail. And once you believe you're going to fail, you will fail it. So the first thing is change the mindset, right? Tell yourself you will not fail and put in the effort. Put in the work. And you will find out you won't fail it again. Now for business, it's very similar. I don't believe in failure. And this my theory is very intentional. Because the minute I start thinking I can fail at something, I will start failing at that thing, no matter what I do. So the first thing is program your mind that when you want to go into business or any business you go into, you will not fail. And if you make a mistake once and lose money, don't just give up. I've lost money in business countless times. You don't want to hear about my journey. If I tell you, you wonder why I'm still standing here doing the same business. But making a mistake means you are doing something wrong. You have to find out where you are getting it wrong and correct that mistake. If you do not correct that mistake, you will continue to make that mistake. So that's it. It's not just for you to give up and throw it away. That's why you see some people, this month, they are doing graphics designing. They don't make money from it. Next month, they are doing hairstyling. They don't make money, and they are all over the place. And you know it's experience-based. That experience of that mistake, I don't want to use failure. That experience of that mistake should make you sit up. It's not for you to throw that business away, because what are the odds? What if you go into another business and you make a mistake again? Will you keep throwing it away and wasting money? That experience should channel your energy and give you the mindset that you've done something wrong, and when you do it again, you will do that thing differently. All right?
Right. Good afternoon, ma. My name is Jatu John Kaza from Department of Petroleum and Gas Engineering. You talked about preparing yourself and how the industries people look for value from their workers. And then, but it's so unfortunate that, for example, our school system, it lacks some facilities that will actually train us to be prepared according to the standard of some of these industries. So I don't know what will be your advice to us, the students, if there are some of the things we should do aside what we have been, the resources of the university, some of these things we should do to actually prepare us to meet the standards of these industries.
Okay. So I don't know what area you're referring to right now. I understand your question generally, but when you say lack facilities, I don't know what area, and I don't want to dwell there. Let me speak generally. You know, during the holidays, you can intern in different organizations that have these facilities, and you can intern for free, right? That's the smartest move, and that's the best way to get knowledge. When you are in the system, in the mix of people that already know that thing you are trying to learn, go under the guise of internship. Nobody will refuse an extra hand as long as they don't have to pay you, right? But really, you will be learning a lot. So that's one way to improve yourself. Intern during the holidays, whenever you have time, or during the weekends for companies that work during the weekends, depending on what you want to do, right? Like if you're into graphic designing and your school does not have an equipped computer room for you to use and you don't have your own personal system, why not offer your service to a company that has that service, right? They don't need to pay you. Tell them you want to assist them in their research work and whatever they have to do there, and you learn along the line. Just perfect your skills. So that's one way. Have I answered your question?
Are you okay with that? You're
No,
not.
please.
Okay.
Looking at, for example, my course, petroleum and gas engineering.
Petroleum and gas engineering.
Yes, ma. So actually, to find places to actually um, do intern with at such a short period of time is actually an issue. So I don't know how you can help
When you
people
say
like this.
find places, you sometimes you have to go out of your comfort zone. Oh. I'm telling you the truth. If you want to sit down in your house or you say I don't like to travel and you are looking for them to come and spoon feed you, you are joking. Do you know how many people are looking for the thing you are looking for? And the people that are willing to go out of their comfort zone to get that thing. Some people travel as far as going to another state to intern. I tell you, I know what I'm saying. Some people will reach out to us in our company and ask us if we have accommodation that they want to intern for free, that they just need accommodation, right? They even send us their CV and tell us how gifted they are, the knowledge they've acquired over time. They just want to be under our tutelage. And we know what they are doing. We're open to it. They just want to learn more, right? And who knows, we may just retain them after the internship or after they graduate. So don't restrict your mind. You're already having mental restraints. Don't do that, though. Once you start to tell yourself, oh, they are not opportunities, you will look for the opportunities. There are opportunities. You just have to look for them. And nobody is ready to spoon feed you. Nobody will bring the opportunities to you. Everybody is looking for value. The minute you can show value, then you will now see that doors will open. So do whatever you can do to be that valuable person that people struggle for. Have you not seen some people that will have like 10 job offers and their own is, they are saying which one is the most beneficial? It's value. Do whatever it will take. Go out of your comfort zone. Search online for nearby companies. Do what it will take to get that value, because it's that value that will get you the riches you are looking for.
Good afternoon, ma.
Hi.
My name is Israel Oluwadara from Crop Science Department. There are some of us that are actually passionate about research, and I actually know of a professor in FUT that he left as an undergraduate and came back to a professorship position, and the lab is still the same way it was. So there are some of us that might want to invest in biotechnology, that the only option that we have is just to travel out of the country and become whatever we want to become as genius. So what do you say to kind of people like us? Because even when we were taught the course by the lecturer, it was just showing us pictures. So how do we get to the real world and show that this is what we want to become without leaving Nigeria? And mind you, Nigeria does not ask what it means for us to become that G or genius that we want to become.
Great.
You're clapping.
Your question is valid, right? There are some situations where you may need to go out to gather knowledge, to come back and impute that knowledge. That's a totally different thing from wanting to run away because you feel there are no opportunities and not wanting to come back, right? There are a lot of people who have gone abroad, gathered knowledge, come back to Nigeria to, offer that service, or now set up those things. So if you find yourself in that kind of position, by all means, if you have the opportunity to broaden your horizon, if you have the opportunity to get a wider scale of knowledge, and you found a university outside to further your education once you graduate here, or you have an opportunity to travel during the holidays to fine-tune your skills and come back, you can do that, as long as you are sure genuinely that there are no such opportunities around you.
Did you get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. All right.
If I have a business and one investor comes in and he helps me, give me the startup amount for that business, and I said I want to give him, split it 50-50. So later on and we need more investors. How are we going to do about that?
That's called equity purchase, right? When an investor gives you money to get a percentage of your business, he's buying equity from your business. Now, this may be dependent on your agreement or the level of contribution he's bringing into your business. He could tell you, I'll give you 100 million and I will buy 60% of your business. So it's transaction-based. There's no general templates. There's no advice I can give you on that. When the opportunity meets you, your negotiation power will play out for you, right? And when you're going into that kind of agreement, you must always have legal advice, because you may not know everything and you may not know laws that govern the industry. Always get legal advice at that point, because it is at that point you can negotiate percentage. There's no general template for it.
You don't have necessary tools for it. Then you move from that one to another one, so that as per time, that's the one you have kind of what can I do? So some people would think, say, I'm confused, kind
Yeah,
of.
Monday to ask you, do you want to confuse yourself?
No, like I don't have the required tools to get it done, so I don't have to stay idle, so I have to move to the next one so that I can maybe.
Do you know there's always a way around it? We talked about collaboration, we talked about
So,
drop shipping.
I've tried collaboration. At the end of the day, it kind of frustrating because apart
How
from
did you do it?
like I will go, maybe I want to create a portfolio for myself. I will do the design. By the time I will go back to the person will be very vexed that it does. Like after some time, I space. I'm even buying 2 laptops at the time. If this one did not give me, I will go and collect the another one. But at the end of the day, it's become very exhaustive. Like people are not seeing you doing it and them not able to do it. It's a kind of cutting their.
Because you are targeting the wrong people. You have to target people that are interested in what you are offering.
Okay.
If you come to somebody that is not interested in what you're offering and you're trying to collaborate, what is going to strike the interest and what will create the balance?
Okay.
If you are into tech, and you're trying to partner with someone that does nothing concern the person and tech, do you think the person will come on board?
No.
You have to be strategic, right?
Yes,
Look for
ma'am.
people who will have an interest in what you offer and strike a deal with them. Everybody is about benefits. Everybody jumps on a moving train, a train that will bring something to them, right? So it just shows that you are targeting the wrong set of people because a lot of people are open to collaborations as long as they are going to benefit from it. Yes. And about you jumping from skill, you confuse yourself. Focus on one, fine-tune it, and monetize it.
Please, if you know you want to ask questions, raise up your hand. Let me see.
We have a lot of people like electricians, plumber, and other people like that. They actually work, and all these iron bender, all those people. So they work, but they don't actually collect the work directly from the owner of the job. But they get the job from maybe an engineer or middleman like that, and they really reduce their payments, and they don't treat them well. So what I was trying to do then, the direct
Do you
link.
have the direct link?
I was trying to. I don't have the direct link, but I was trying to create one. I printed some flyers. I give those out to the people that are professional workers, like all those people. If they are interested, so they can register. I'm free. I was very broke and I could not get the phone. So that was just how that business. I still have it in mind. That was just how I stopped it. But that zeal, the first zeal that I have that day, it seemed not to be there.
Okay, I understand you. You are traumatized by the experience, right? But now I want you to understand that it's not the business fault. The business idea is still valid. It did not fail. What happened was that you encountered bad people. So don't allow that one experience prevent you from achieving something that has the potential of being great. Do you understand? Come out of that experience. See, people have lost everything they had. Fire, to robbers, unfortunate, to flood, unfortunate things that were out of their control. But that did not stop them from moving on with life. So if you let that experience traumatize you so much that it becomes an invisible chain in your hands and legs, preventing you from moving forward, then that's on you. It's not the business. The business idea is still valid. It's not like you started the business and something happened and it flopped. It's just that you encountered bad guys that took things away from you. But does that mean that when you try the business again, you will encounter the bad guys again? No. So start the business again. Start the plan. Who knows? It may just be something so great that village people or bad people don't want it to come forth. Fight them. If they chase you, run. All right? Yeah.
I want to read from Mr. Felix. He said, I learned from a boot camp how to make fascinators. Please listen very well. How to make fascinators for ladies.
Is Mr. Felix here?
Yes.
Give him the microphone.
Mr. Felix, please, you must stand up.
We are talking about fine-tuning yourself. You cannot be
Please,
shy.
you are the business,
If
not
an
me.
emergency interview comes today, will you shy away from it? You must handle the microphone, even if they wake you up in the midnight. The people here do not have fire on their heads. They are human beings like you. They cannot do anything to you. Even if you make a mistake when you are speaking, make that mistake with your heart. All right?
Yes,
don't be scared of facing anybody.
I'm studying computer engineering.
Yeah.
And my question is that
Look at me. Yeah.
I learned how to make a fascinator. Oh my.
We are raising industry generals. You don't know where you will see yourself tomorrow. We have to shake up that shyness. And you will stay with me till I leave.
My name is Apa Fedis. I'm studying computer engineering. I learned how to make a fascinator.
Look at everybody.
I learned how to make a fascinator from a boot camp, and due to that, I started making a bit of money from it. And how to meet customer was an issue. Assuming somebody just finished from work, and you see the person on the road walking, and you go to meet the person that I'm making this, it will look somehow, but it's a bit stressful, sha. And the question is that, what way can I meet that person? Or how can I advertise that business to the person?
Mr. Felix, the first way you can get customers is being your own walking billboard, right? Don't just wait for opportunities to present themselves to you. Yes, time and chance can happen. Opportunities may present themselves to you, but you have to create opportunities. You may just be standing beside your next customer. Your next customer may be your roommate. Like I said when I started this conversation, it is information made available that will be processed. If you don't tell me your name is Mr. Felix, will I know? If you don't tell me, okay, now just imagine now that you did not mention here that you can make fascinators. Do you think everybody here would have known you can make fascinators? Now, do you know that there may be people here who like fascinators? Now they know you make fascinators. Why? Because you provided the information. Speak to people. Don't be shy. I see you're a very shy person. See, shyness has not taken anybody anywhere. You have to shake it off. Shake it off. When you see people, anybody you see, look at the person that the person is holding your money. Now you should be thinking of ways to collect that money from that person. All right? Everybody has your money. Why do you think that some people will collect even your last 15 naira? If you go to a pure water shop and you tell them, Madam, please give me pure water, I have only 15 naira. What do you concern the person? Right? Yes. So look at everybody you come across that they're holding your money. Your own is to be creating plans on how to collect that money from the person. So speak to everybody. Be your own walking billboard. That's the first and easiest free way to get customers. Right?
Yes.
Free way to get customers. Now there are other ways. Position people. You have roommates, right? Yes. You have friends. Tell them, I beg, help me tell your female friends, so say they make fascinators, right?
Yes. I'm a chemical engineering student. I'm a shoemaker. I make all kinds of shoe. Okay, thank God. So the question that I will ask now that has not been answered is about you know, the current situation of Nigeria, that everyday materials of that we used to do these products, they keep increasing every day. And then you see a guy that just walked to you, a guy, okay, I want to make I want to make a palm, a sandal, or a shoe, and I do not have the money at the moment. Can you give me a price for the product? And me as a maker, we have to buy some of this material from the market. So if I give such a guy a particular price at that particular moment, and then the guy, okay, no problem, I'll pay. But then I go to the market, the price has gone up, and then, and if I call the same guy, I'm like, okay, guy, this thing don't increase. But the guy will be like, guy, we don't agree already. So I have to be, you know, adjusting with the current situation. So I want to ask the question, how do I manage that? How do I know how to go about that?
Okay. Yeah. I'm very familiar.
Right.
I'm into jewelry production. I make jewelry, right? So I'm very familiar with that. So when we give a client an invoice, it's called an invoice. When we give a client an invoice, what we do is we indicate this price is valid for 24 hours. Do you understand? You have to indicate it. So it's your choice. How about you pay now, let's proceed. Do you understand? So we indicate it. This price is valid for 24 hours. Or you put some form of clause indicating that you have no control over the market price of goods, of raw materials, and it is subject to change. So you indicate it in your invoice or while communicating with the customer. You tell him, as at today, this is the market price of this. It may go up any moment. So that's the best way to curtail that. Because there's nothing you can do about the price of raw materials. That's not within your control.